The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Knicks. Defenses, beware. Do not sleep on Julius Randle, or you'll be left in the dust. His team will rally behind his fire as they get ready for the Battle of Manhattan versus Brooklyn at Barclays Center. Knicks, Nets, coming up next.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Nets in Brooklyn. So for Brooklyn, their last game, a loss to the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. That game was high scoring. Tonight, they'll need to be better defensively. And Kyrie Irving said he'll hopefully be done playing by his early to mid-30s. Shaq, do you think he'll retire that early?
Yeah, he knows the strain of playing at this level. But I think as long as he's healthy, he ain't going nowhere. Keep getting them checks, young fella.
Well, we hear the same things from these rappers, saying they're out the game and they're with the shame. But next thing you know, they're dropping an album and looking for another hit in their name. Get it?
Oh, nice.
Get it? I wrote it.
Okay, say no more.
Nice.
Here's the tip.
It's Friday night, and live on, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, take it away.
Well, it was Lord, and after 2 titles in 3 years, Kevin Durant chose to leave the Warriors and blaze a new path. He'll miss this season while rehabbing from his Achilles tear, but there are no complaints from the fans or his new teammates. For a player of KD's caliber, it's worth the wait. Kevin?
This decision, DA. Thank you. Here we got the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Gordon and the Boston Celtics. Then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Trier out there and it's Morris at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, Allen is out there with Prince. Early part of the season, Brett, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I couldn't.
Played 14.
I'm in the training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I'd be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improve the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett with an aggressive defense.
LeVert against Morris. LeVert kicks to Prince. Back to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. And again by Brooklyn. And here's the fast break. Randle leading it all the way. Here's Trier, guarded by Prince. To Morris. Here's Trier. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Throws of the night. The first free throw is good. He hits both free throws. And just over in the start of the game. Pass to LeVert. Now here's Allen. Prince outside. Just 5 on the clock. Poked loose. And Barrett slams it in.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Irving passes to Allen. Clock at 6. The baseline J. Here's Allen, and Allen slams it in.
And that reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Down.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
That free throw good from Allen. And Greg, Safety's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's Trier. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No clue how he got that one. Well, the big story from the Knicks last season was the surprise trade that sent Porzingis to Dallas. Shook up the roster.
Well, never easy to trade a franchise player, but there was some rumblings that maybe Porzingis was not going to stay there long term, and a surprise deal made last year as Porzingis exited New York for Dallas. So the opportunity for them was draft and free agency, and to try to get as flexible as they possibly could be for the next few years.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now the pass to LeVert. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Irving with it. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
And you make shots like confident he is in his offensive ability.
Here's Randle. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Now, a lot of room. Randle against Harris. He dishes it to Prince. Bow.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Chalk up 2 there.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well got the basketball.
It's LeVert on the wing. Here's Allen. Late in. Allen's got 5 now.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here's Randle. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Knicks shooting their 4th and 5th line tonight. First free throw is good.
I think Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys. We saw it last year. He might get 4 or 5 blocks a game. So many players tempted to shoot outside shots because Mitchell would play off of them, and then quickly he would get to them and deflect the shot. So incredible quick twitch fibers and quick to the ball to make an impact defensively.
Robinson hits them both. And if he played a full 40 minutes every game, Brent, his block numbers would be outstanding.
Look at you, Kevin, digging into the per 36 minutes statistics. I like it. He's a great rim protector. He has great activity down there. And if he can stay with the game plan, I think Coach Fizdale is going to find ways to give him more minutes in this season.
Now here's LeVert. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
And before his scary foot dislocation in November of 2018, Karis LeVert enjoying a breakout season. Greg even garnering some most improved buzz around the NBA.
Yeah, and fortunately, the injury not as bad as it looked initially. Yeah, he's looking to continue that impressive trajectory.
One shot.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. 4. Here's Trier. 7 points in the game. And stolen by Prince. Harris looking it over. Feeds to Prince. That one goes in.
Prince is such a tough player out there, does not mind the bump.
The Knicks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Morris outside. Barrett the pass to Randall. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. You take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
Now here's Harris. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Irving. Here's Allen, and it's Allen slamming it down.
And that's a lesson. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Trier. He has 7, and Barrett gets it to go.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Irving looking for an opening. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Here's Trier, covered by Irving. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
That final score really caught a lot of people off guard. I think we would have to quantify that one as an upset.
No question. I know I did not see that coming, especially when they had a chance to win it late in the fourth quarter. I thought for sure they'd get it done.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Maybe not the meanest beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Prince. Temple comes in for Karis LeVert. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Knicks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Pass to Knox. And the shot goes down. Knox has got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
Well, you love to see that Knox just inviting the contact and doesn't mind it one bit, wants to show he's got the strength.
Passes it to Dinwiddie. A floater, 6 to shoot. Fires top of the key. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Odion Kurucs comes in for Jared Allen. And David Nwaba is subbed in for Joe Harris. The Knicks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Pass to Knox. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Jordan. Here's Temple. Ellington defending. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That's his first foul. Dinwiddie against Payton. The jumper from the free throw line is good. And the Nets lead by 2.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Now here's Payton. 11 points for him in that last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
Payton with the ball. Dinwiddie covering. The shot by Payton, no good. Covered by Payton. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Now, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Knox the pass to Payton. Outside Portis. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. But now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Free throw, good. Portis. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, you're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Trailing by 2. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one. Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul them.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Greg Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far, so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
He misses the free throw. And 5 straight triple-doubles last season for Elfrid Payton, showing his all-around impact.
Amazing with his size and athleticism at the point guard position that he has that kind of versatility. That's some lofty company. I mean, 5 straight triple-doubles. What an amazing run by EP.
Nets leading by 3. Now, here's Dinwiddie. Last time out, he had 14 points. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. There's 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Payton looking it over. Outside Portis. That's it from Payton. Portis has got 5.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Dinwiddie finds Temple. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Karuch. The Knicks pull it in. 1:19 left to play here in the first. Here's Knox. Unable to get that one. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And the basket by Knox.
Well, Knox getting these kind of baskets really going to help the entire offense to get going.
And there's the pass to Temple. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Karuch. Ellington defending. They get the rebound. Jordan shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, the D cannot handle DJ right now. A gigantic guy on the inside who's going to get those calls most of the time.
Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense, despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
That free throw missing.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season, remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Smith checked in for the Knicks. And he sinks the second.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
Now, here is Smith. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Here's Temple. Rebounded by Knox.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot. And boy, was he open.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Temple, the pass to Dinwiddie. Great D that time from Payton.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Knox misses. Dinwiddie wide open. And again, no good by Brooklyn. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Knicks out front, up by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Dennis Smith is out there with Alfred Payton. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then it's Robinson. And it's Knox in at the 3. That one is off. Seems like nearly everyone, Brent, can shoot the 3. Records being broken every year. How long do you think this age of shooting is going to last?
The tipping point, I'm not sure where that is, but the fact that the Houston Rockets in the past 2 seasons have done what it is that they've done, shooting more 3s than 2s for 2 consecutive seasons, is just a mind-boggling thing to me, Kevin. I think,
but where has it gotten?
Well, I think that we're kind of at
the tipping
maximum.
point.
I think we are at the tipping point. I don't know how much more you can do, but the teams that are seeing those other teams having success with it are trying to emulate it without the talent that you have. So the next few years are going to be interesting to see how it is or where it is that a transformative player maybe brings the game back towards inside the three-point line, or what strategies change to create even more three-point shots.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. New York's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Smith scanning the floor. Payton finds Robinson. For 3, Smith. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. Out to the right wing. Here's Dinwiddie. The dish to Jordan. Right wing. Here's Nwaba. That one doesn't drop. And New York the other way now. Here's Payton. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Great handle that time. Sometimes Payton pulls some things out that you just can't guard against.
Here's Temple. Pass to Karuch. Lobs it up for Jordan. Robin block. Payton outside. Here's Smith. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Now it's a 6-point Knicks lead.
Smith Jr. getting inside that time.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And then for New York, Randall's checked in for Gibson. Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And Barrett subbed in for Payton. Now, here is Irving. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game.
Trying to find that consistency from distance that's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Here's Smith. Down low. Here's Randall. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Randall's got his first basket of the night. Nets trail by 5. Irving passes to LeVert. On the wing, Harris. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota. Robinson with the block. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And Brooklyn has possession. 5 to shoot. Here's LeVert. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here is Smith. He has 5. Here's Barrett. Out to Morris. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Robinson finds Morris. Smith with it. The 3.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range second quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the first.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But, Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the 6'8" forward Taurean Prince showing continued improvement at the offensive end.
In the system that he played in for the Atlanta Hawks, Taurean Prince was known as a good two-way player. With his length and his ability to defend, he's going to be a great complement to scorers like Kyrie Irving and Spencer Dinwiddie.
The Knicks with the lead. Morris looking over the floor. Smith with it, picked up by Harris. And it's good for 2. 7 points for Smith.
That wasn't easy. Dennis Smith Jr. with a high degree of difficulty on that one.
Irving against Smith. Allen dishes to Irving. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nets with possession here. 4-point game. The shot's good from Irving.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there. Getting to the basket with ease.
Smith outside. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Passes it to LeVert. Harris outside. Here's the 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the inside. Barrett. The rebound by the Nets.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Offensive rebound. Goes up again. Allen's shot is off.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Outside Irving. Pass to Allen. Harris, right side. At the top of the key, LeVert. Shot clock at 6. A deep three from Irving. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists tonight.
I know Kyrie is one of the best finishers in the league, but trust me, he enjoys the 3 ball.
Now here is Smith. He has 7. Outside Robinson. The pass to Barrett. Over Harris. He can't get that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Here's Smith after Taurean Prince's bucket, and that one good. Now Irving, he's got 11. Over Smith. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Irving.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Outside Robinson. Randall right side. Over Prince. That's good from Randall on the assist from Robinson. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, fleshing out his offensive attack here, Randall comfortable from that range to knock one down.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Allen trying to break free. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Excellent D there from Allen.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Smith's shot is good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Brooklyn trailing. And here is Irving. He's got 13. Harris outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's LeVert on the wing. Left side, Harris. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Barrett. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Irving up top, covered by Smith. Right with the block. And the wide open shot from Morris. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
The Nets have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. David Mwaba comes in for Taurean Prince. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Joe Harris. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Morris. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Dennis Smith. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Payton passes to Portis. Pass to Randall. Portis trying to free himself. Randall no good. Brooklyn's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And that one drops for him. New York's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Payton to the right side. And a wide-open look for Portis. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Looking now at the numbers for LeVert. How he did last season. Averaged about 13 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Garrett Temple has checked in for Brooklyn. And New York with a change here, too. Gibson's checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
Portis, the pass to Payton. It's 6. Pass to Knox. Lets it go from 14. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Knox has got 9.
This will help to open up some space if Kevin Knox can stay consistent from that mid-range.
Dinwiddie, no good on the shot. The Knicks go the other way with it. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, you knew it was going to take some time for Kevin Knox, but Greg, at the end of last season, he began to show flashes of what he could do.
You could almost see the game starting to slow down for him about halfway through the season. Consistency is something all rookies struggle with, but it hit Knox especially hard. Fortunately, that is something that passes with time.
First one falls for him.
Kevin Knox was a bit of a mixed bag in his rookie season, and that's to be expected on a team that didn't have a tremendous amount of consistent talent on the floor. He struggled with his scoring and showed some flashes shooting the ball. It'll be interesting in year 2 where it is that Kevin Knox has made some improvements in the offseason.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with Knox, Brent, the athleticism is clearly there.
Oh, he can get up and down with the best of them and can rise up and do some exciting things, but for Kevin Knox, it's about consistency. Can he get to some spots on the floor where every night he's capable of making plays, whether that's for him or doing something off the bounce? That's the next step for Kevin Knox.
Here's Payton, and the dunk by Payton.
Yeah, got to be careful around Elfrid Payton with that kind of length out there. Does a great job that time ripping the ball away.
Temple to Nwaba. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Dinwiddie. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Payton outside. Second chance effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Knicks have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Free throw good, Portis. That one misses. Nets trail by 6. Here's Nwaba. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Dinwiddie with it. Over Gibson.
And Gibson's superb at using his size on defense. Outstanding contesting that one.
And so it's the New York Knicks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, you guys scored a lot in the first half. What are you doing well offensively?
I think it starts with defense. We're able to get out in transition. We're getting rebounds and pushing the ball. I think that's what's getting us open looks.
Well, we'll see if you can keep doing that in the second half, Elfrid. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period as they got their lead up as high as 7 points. They really touched on the right formula in the second quarter as they were able to pull out to a 6-point lead before the halftime break. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. LeVert out there with Prince, and there's Jared Allen. Then there's Harris, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The pass to Barrett. Morris against Harris. Goes up on the wing. And he overshot that one, missing. Nets trail by 6. Randall grabs the board. The Knicks shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Barrett wide open. He fires. Hits the three-point bomb. Barrett's got 9.
And, well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Passes to LeVert. Launches a 3. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. He's got 14.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now, here is Robinson. Morris, left side. Shoots over LeVert. They get it again. Trying to get open is Randall. Excellent D there from Allen.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Irving. It's rebounded by New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Now, here's Barrett. 9 points in the game so far. Trier passes to Robinson. Pass to Morris. Stolen by LeVert. And the powerful one-handed slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And it's the Knicks with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Barrett.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Good. Now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season we thought the Knicks' cornerstone player was Kristaps Porzingis, but the player and the team fell out of love with each other, and the Knicks traded him to Dallas. The draft picks and cap space freed them up for a wild summer, led by the drafting of rookie R.J. Barrett in the draft. Now New York has one drastically revamped rosters in the league. Kevin, there's a lot to be excited about going forward in the Big Apple.
Big moves indeed, David. Thank you. And it's Harris off the drive. Prince, right side. Morris can't tie it up as that one misses. Here's Trier, covered by Irving. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Aggressive and physical. Barrett creating the contact there to draw the foul.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Well, a lot of rough times for Irving in his final year with the Celtics, opted out, and obviously Greg wanted a change.
And quickly zeroed in on Brooklyn as a destination. His time in Boston had clearly come to an end by the finale of last season. Now joins up with a new stacked team in Brooklyn.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
Both free throws good for Irving. And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Count it. 8 points for Julius Randle.
Well, that's a good try on defense, but with a scorer like Randle, it's just not enough.
Irving kicks to Allen. Back to Irving. Lets the three fly. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it. Here's Barrett. And that one is off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Prince, the pass to Irving. Over Randle. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Kyrie Irving.
Feel like the jump ball triggered Kyrie Irving. He's been on it with tremendous effort from the beginning.
Knocked away. Randle kicks to Barrett. Now Morris. Over Irving. Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, nice move there by Morris. An aggressive scorer with excellent form on his jump shot.
And here is Irving. He's got 17. LeVert inside the line. The Knicks pull it in. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. And slam dunk by Allen.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Randall after the basket by Brooklyn. And again, New York turns it over.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. Some last season stats for him. Last season, put up about 7 points a game, almost 2.5 blocks and 6 rebounds. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
Yeah, over this whole last stretch of games, he's been shutting down the lane with total authority. Impressive stuff.
Here's Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Now just a 1-point Knicks lead.
Nice mid-range J. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
The pass to Morris. Outside Robinson. Here's Barrett. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Irving dishes to Harris. Kicks it to Allen. LeVert the pass to Allen. On the wing, Irving. It's stolen by Barrett. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got number 13 for him here tonight.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Harris finds Irving. Prince outside for the tie. Good on the three-point shot. Prince has got it all tied up now for the Nets.
A good shooter and has some range. Taurean Prince welcoming all catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And a new group. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. David Nwaba comes in for Taurean Prince. Garrett Temple has checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Joe Harris.
How about Peyton fending off the defense? That's a tough finish for a guard.
Here's Dinwiddie. 7 points in the game. For the lead. It's rebounded by Portis.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Baseline try. Knox misses.
And that's how you want to see defense played. Got right up in his face to bother the shot.
That's going to make any scorer uncomfortable when you get that aggressive.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 5, and there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Knicks. Here's Temple. Lobs it up for Jordan. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Well, this is where DeAndre Jordan's speed as a big pays off. A super dangerous pick-and-roll player when he sprints out of it.
Peyton against Irving. Right side, Portis. Dishes to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. And David Nwaba picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On the wing, Morris. 6 to shoot. Here's Knox. Portis trying to free himself. Knox misses. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. He kicks to Temple. Here's Nwaba, covered by Morris. Irving. It counts, and the foul. It's on Elfrid Payton.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
The free throw off from Irving.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game and so hard to guard without fouling.
Payton passes to Knox. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 3 assists in the game. Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Pass to Irving. And it's blocked. Here's Knox. He's got 13. Got a hand on it. And there's the Bobby Portis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Left side, Jordan. Passes it to Nwaba. Nets passing it around. Here's Temple. He feeds it to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Just 3 to shoot. From deep.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
Ellington with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Out to the wing. Over in the corner, Portis. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. 7 points in the game. Pass to Temple. Got a piece of it. And now the Knicks on Knox with the ball over Irving. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And stolen by Payton. Over Irving. Payton can't get it to go. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Irving against Payton. Irving dishes to Temple. Dinwiddie left side. They need this one. That one falls. Dinwiddie's got 9 points. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Irving against Payton. There's the feed to Morris. And the basket is good. Morris has got 4 points in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Out left to the wing. Here's Dinwiddie. And it's off from three-point range. We'll return shortly. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Nets trail by 3, and on the floor for New York here in the 4th. We've got Bobby Portis. Knox out there with Morris. Then there's Payton, and it's Ellington in at the 2. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And he knocks down the first one. And Allen drops them both. And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a season for Marcus Morris in 2018 and 19. Career highs almost across the board.
Shooting 2.
The first. You know, Greg, the Celtics are encouraging their players to take mental health just as seriously as their physical health. Marcus Morris brave enough to say that helped him a lot.
I mean, the Morris twins growing up in the hard streets of Philly. I mean, a lot to overcome, but by getting some help, that's exactly what Marcus is doing.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And you can see him just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Payton, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Payton passes to Portis. Now Morris. Over Allen. Morris with the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
Here's Irving. Misses off the left iron.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that bad.
A shot by Ellington, no good. Brooklyn's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Jordan trying to free himself up. They grab their own miss. Dinwiddie misses in close. New York's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And it's sent back by Irving. And he's able to get it back. And he makes that one. Nets trail by 4. Now here's Dinwiddie. There's the pass to Irving. The 11-footer. They get it back. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. So for the Nets, Prince is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Karis LeVert comes in for Garrett Temple. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Barrett comes in for Wayne Ellington. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Fizdale talking to his team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense and just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Irving. And right through it goes. Irving's got 23.
Coach is yelling at the defense to at least get a hand up on Kyrie Irving.
Here's Payton. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Payton against Harris. Irving from long range. It's rebounded by Barrett.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
16 feet away. Kept alive by New York. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Portis. Now Harris. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Bobby Portis.
Love the aggressive play right there from Kyrie when he gets into the paint. Determined to score, but for sure get contact.
And the first one at the line is good.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robinson's checked in for Portis, and Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. So he gets them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like and always trust him when he's at the line.
Trier passes to Randle. Over Prince. Randle no good.
He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Now here is Harris. Pass to Irving. Shot, high post. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Morris. Good D by Irving. Nets trail by 5. And here's LeVert. Passes it to Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Knicks leading by 3. Pass to Robinson. Here's Barrett. Over Harris. New York, no good that time either. Prince outside. On the wing, Harris. Back to Prince. Nets passing it around. Here's Harris. Shot clock at 5. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Pulls it up. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Prince. The Knicks have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Trier passes to Robinson. Now Randall. It's tipped.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
Allen. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Barrett. It's deflected. Outside Irving. Deflects the pass, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And Morris comes over to help. Harris passes to Irving. Back to Harris. Shot clock at 6. LeVert inside the line.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
To the middle. Randall no good. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. That puts them in the lead. And that's now 27 points for Kyrie Irving. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Here's Trier, out to Morris, trying to get something going, drills the three-pointer. Morris has got 10 points in just the second half.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
And the pass to Harris. Back to Irving. Here's the step back. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets. Pass to Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Rebounded by the Nets. Prince has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Knocks it loose. Here's Trier, defended by Allen. A shot by Trier, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. LeVert kicks to Allen. From outside, off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Barrett slams it in.
Putting that speed to great use. Once Barrett gets a step on the D, good night.
Irving dishes to Harris. There's the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Here's Trier. Here's covered by Irving. Trier, that's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Irving. He's guarded close. Allen up top, guarded by Robinson. Allen passes to Irving. No good on the 3. New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. At the elbow, it's Robinson. Here's Trier. Back to Robinson. Over Harris. Robinson misses. Out. Knicks with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Morris. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Irving passes to Harris. Back to Irving. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Irving's got 10 points in the quarter.
Kyrie coming alive. He does that at this stage of the game.
Trier passes to Robinson. Pass to Randall. Rebounded by the Nets. Prince has got 8 rebounds in this game. Levert the pass to Prince, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well, the bigger the possession, the more engaging Prince is. Wow.
New York. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Looking to end his cold spell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Taurean Prince. So the first one drops, and that ties the game up.
Randall really improved in his shooting range from 10 to 16 feet last year, and that just makes him so much more complete. The teammates love to see it the line in a tight ball game from the contact.
The Knicks, Payton's checked in. Ball tonight, just a little over. Free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Gets a couple steps, and the mobility of Randall there helps to draw contact.
The game up.
Shaking his head moment there, had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up. And in his face, he is a tough shot maker.
New York calls timeout. They trail by 2. 1:20 left in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter of this one. The pass to Randall. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on to...
Well, he goes in there, and you're worried about getting bumped if you're a defender by Julius Randall, not the other way around. So physical.
No good. And he ends up missing both free throws. The Nets with the lead. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Nets taking it. The Nets decide to talk it over. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 29 seconds left to play here. And 2 points.
And that a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Now here's Irving. He's covered closely. 5 on the clock. Harris outside. 3-pointer. And no good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the one here at home tonight.
I mean, these you gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now we'll sit over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.